Thank you for joining me. So, I just wanted to, um, sorry, I get a little nervous when I kind of talk about these things. But I wanted to take some time and kind of talk about who we are behind Crafty Ladies. I am one of them. I do this with my mom. We've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now. Um, but I just want to take some time and just kind of do a little get to know us kind of a thing. And I'm gonna be kind of working on prepping some of our more popular products while we do this. So my name is Marley, and I I am in my 30s. I got into crochet when I was about, I want to say 10, but I was pretty young. And I saw my mom doing it one day, and I just asked her, you know, can you teach me? And so and she was on the couch. She was working on something herself. I just said that. I'm sorry. I'm like I said, I'm not very good at this. um, so she's like, yeah, sure. And so she grabbed a hook and she's like, pick out your color. And so I picked this kind of more bright pink. And and so she sat me she sat me down she sat me down on the floor, and she kind of moved her hands around so that she could work my hands with hers, to actually, you know kind of like shadow or puppet. I don't know exactly what the term is, but she just showed me how to, have my hands, or how she had her hands. I know a lot of people do this hand that holds the yarn a lot differently. I just do this. Yeah, I just hold and I just do this. It's all I've ever known. So, she showed me how to hold it and everything, and she showed me everything she knew. It was pretty basic at the time. She showed me how she did the foundation chain, and excuse me, and the only stitch that she knew was the double crochet, and so she showed me that. And then she told me to just, this is all I know. You can go at it. And I asked her, like, "Well, what should I make? What's really easy that I should make, Mom?" And she thought about it for a minute, and she said, "Do a scarf. The rows are short, but it's long, so you still get that repetitive practice." And so I did. I ended up making this bright pink scarf. I unfortunately don't have it, although I wish I did. That it would have been a great memento of kind of like where I started. And then I went on to do blankets with just that stitch, and I figured out how to do I don't know what the stitch is called, but it's like a skip. You crochet, you chain one, you skip one, and then you just repeat that. Um, I learned how to do that. Made a massive baby blanket for my babysitter at the time, who was having another baby. It ended up being ginormous, but um, she loved it. Um, she loved it. I don't know if she still has it. I don't ever get to see her. Unfortunately, I never really kept in touch with her. But, um, but yeah. So, and then, okay, so blankets. And then, as the internet came more readily available, I, I, um, I would look up crochet patterns online, and I got into Pinterest. And I started saving all sorts of fun stuff, and that's where I primarily found all of my patterns, was Pinterest. And I would learn how to do those. And I quickly learned different stitches to do, and all sorts of different things I can do. And my family would um, my family would gift me crochet books or pattern books for my birthday or Christmas. And sometimes little crochet kits where they give you the yarn, the instructions, and everything. I actually have one of some crochet cactus I plan to video and make one day. But anyway, and I learned I some of them were pretty hard, but I learned quite a bit. Um, I found that I liked to do um, more more flat. I like to do more flat type of projects, hot pads, blankets, scarves, um, stuff like that. I've never tried to do clothing, um, but I do have a custom project that someone wants me to do that is a vest that I also want to try and show you guys if I have their permission. Um, and I tried doing the 3D figurines, the amigurumi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but they're kind of like they're kind of like dolls. I made one and it was fun, but I'm just like, this is not for me. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. But it was fun to kind of just try at least for once, as a challenge to myself, which I do generally like. But if it's something that I don't really like to do, then I won't do it. But if it's something I do like to do, like blankets, then oh yeah, bring it on. Like giant I'm working on this giant tapestry crochet blanket for my best friend. And it's time consuming, it's kind of detailed, and I'm excited to see how it goes. And I kind of want to make a similar themed one for myself. And I probably like hang it up on that back wall over here that's behind me. Um but yeah. So yeah, I granny squares, they're okay. I don't mind doing them. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't know why, but I'll do them if it catches my fancy or if someone requests it, sure. But like personal projects, I don't necessarily lean towards those. I I like to do the tapestry or the Grafgan kind of stuff a lot more. And so that's what a lot of my hot pad designs are, a Grafgan, or I'll do like stripes, solid colors, stuff like that. But I ultimately really love doing the Grafgan. Um, and then I like to do every once in a while I'll do a blanket Grafgan like I am with this one. Um, just because of how time consuming and sorry. Yeah, just how time consuming it is, but I do love to do them. Let's see, I'm just looking to my notes. So okay. Okay, so I've always wanted to do my own business. I always wanted to kind of make money from my crochet doing what I really love to do. And so, um, one day my grandmother emailed me this pattern for scrubbies, for the dish scrubbies. I've never heard of them, but I'm like, okay, like, well, we'll try it out. And so I made them because she said they were the bomb. And there's not a lot of people around this area around my area who make them. So she thought they'd be perfect. And when me and my mom were testing them out, seeing how actually great they are and, finding all the benefits, we were shocked. Like, oh yeah, this is definitely something worth doing, even if it's just for ourselves. And so I started making them. It was a little difficult at first because my hands weren't used to that kind of material, but as I found my own way of doing it, and just practicing, it got better. And I still do it to this day. Um, and so we started doing that. And then you've been seeing me in these videos cutting off, stuff for like towels and stuff. The towels and hot pads. Those are for our awesome hanging towels. And my mom's friend gifted her one, gifted her an already done hanging towel. And when my dad, when mom first put it on her kitchen stove, my dad's like, "These are amazing. You have got to turn all of our towels into these." And so my mom went to her friend. She's like, "Please, you got to teach me how to do this. My husband loves these." He can't knock them down. He has a bad back, so it's hard for him to pick them up. Plus, it saves mom from doing laundry. So they've been an immense help for us growing up. And we used to have a couple cats and a dog. And they would, our cats, when they were younger, they could be rambunctious. And so the towels would end up on the floor. And then we got grandkids of my mom's that would come over. They would pull them down. So with these hanging towels, all of that was gone, and it was just really nice. So, so we started out making the scrubbies and the towels. We started just doing them for gifts for right now. We were trying to get enough inventory so that we could start doing local shows. And that's how we started, was local shows. And everyone loved them. And then we were like, okay, we can actually do something with this. Let's try that Etsy site. And so we did. And at first, it was good. It wasn't like, oh, hey, we can quit our jobs good. But it was bringing in some extra money so that we can keep the business growing, which was our goal at the time. Still is. And then from what I understand, Etsy changed all their algorithm stuff and all of that, and we just were not getting orders. We were not getting orders. And then, my life started picking up. I went to school for something after my divorce. I decided to go back to school to do something that I also wanted to do when I was young, but I decided to switch to something else, which will be, I have another channel for that. But it's 3D modeling. So I decided to do that. Life was picking up. I couldn't handle the stress of trying to upkeep an Etsy shop, trying to get sales. Both me and mom at the time too. I had a part-time job so I could pay for school and my stuff, and plus it was kind of what was covering all the Etsy costs since we weren't getting orders. So, I had to get the money somewhere. And so ultimately, one day we just decided, my mom said, I'm going to leave it up to you. You're the one that handles all that. If you feel like you can't do it, then just stop. And so I did, because it was just too much stress. Trying to get orders, trying to maintain a separate inventory for Etsy and for our shows. It was, while I was in school and having a job, it was too much. Speaking of cats earlier, big cat lover. I want to show off my favorite mug. So I stopped Etsy, and it was one of those moments where you hit that deactivate count or whatever, and that weight just lifts off your shoulder. It was one of those moments. It felt nice. And so we just stuck to local craft shows. We signed up for more. And we we just relied on those. It was only a few Saturdays out of the year, but it kept our business growing. And it also helped me gain that confidence that, yes, our stuff is good. People want our stuff. For some reason, Etsy just wasn't the place for us. It didn't help that there were other people. There were, there's going to be competitors. Absolutely. You know, that's the thing with business. It's always good to have competitors. I've learned that, and that's okay. But it's just, yeah. Um, Etsy was a mess for me. So doing those local craft shows helped me gain some more confidence, and I think it's been about a year or two. Yeah, I think it's been a couple of years actually since we stopped doing our Etsy. And I now want to try it again by building my own website. And I have a little bit of a one up, just for now, because I'm still my life is still pretty full. Um, Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Um, yeah, um my life is still pretty full. And so for right now, I have just a kind of a really general, simple website up. But I really do want to get a site up, right, or my shop up, because, I want my business to grow. I want everyone to see our products and see, how great they are. They've been helping us immensely, and especially if you have the really expensive pans, those scrubbies are wonderful. I I have a hand-me-down non-stick set for my mom, and it's extending their life pretty much. But anyway, not a sales pitch, just to get to know you. Sorry. I just want to share my stuff with everyone. Share what I love to do, and like my hot pads that I sell. I want everyone to, have something of their own that I can make them. It would be wonderful to kind of think of like, I'm personally making this pattern for someone who it actually fits them personally, or they get how wonderful this kind of crochet is, and so they will treasure it, or even like pass it down. It's not going to be some cheap hot pad where, oh, I got this for like, a couple bucks. It's all ruined and tattered. I'm just going to toss it. But my hot pads, sorry, like I tried to craft them so that they're long lasting and they don't fall apart. And if they do, it happens. But I still hope that somehow they would stay in their lives. But anyway, I'm running off on a tangent again. But that's my goal. I just want to share my products with everyone, share what I can do. I want to help bring everyone uh, a piece of themselves in this world. Their own sort of personal hot pads, or, towels they really like. Scrubbies that are just going to make their life easier. That's all I want. And, I know I got to put in the work. And that's what I'm also doing. I'm kind of learning how to do social media better so that I can, you know, let everyone know that I'm here, and working on building up my site, um, getting up inventory for the site. That is going to be one of the downsides, is keeping a separate inventory for the site, but I think it would be worth it. Excuse me. Sorry. Um, but I think it'll be worth it, because while I know there's other crafters that may be doing stuff around the world where, like, even on Etsy, you know, there's still a high chance with it just being my website that, you know, it'll still come to me. People will still come to me. I just want to help make this world better with all the craziness going on. Have people have their own little personal oasis or safe haven. That's all I want. Everyone deserves that in this crazy world. This is mine. And while it's not, it's not chock full of stuff made by me or, personalized by me, but it's a goal of mine. I do want to get a big tapestry. I want to make a tapestry for that wall that covers most of that wall. That is my next big project after I finish this blanket. And I do have a few ideas. I have a whole Pinterest board. And the hard part is going to be picking one. That's going to be tough. But, I do still have some other spaces that I can do stuff with. Like I have this wall back here, right here, that I can do something with. I have a skinny part of a wall between my bedrooms where I could do something. That would be pretty fun. And I could probably hang something from the top of right here when it's not the holidays. Or I have another window over here that I could drape a little something over, like this one. It's slowly becoming me. but yeah, that's my goal. I want to get my website up. I want to share my things with everyone, because in this crazy world, we need to have something that's a little ourselves. Absolutely. And I'm excited to see where everything goes, and I hope that you guys will all journey with me. Please like, subscribe, comment, comment how you got in crochet or any sort of other crafts, what brought you to this point in the video. I'd love to find out how you guys got into whatever craft that you're really passionate about, because I really love crochet. It's one of my all-time long passions, and I just want to keep sharing it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, please subscribe to be a part of the journey. It's definitely gonna be there we go. It's definitely gonna be a windy one, but I would love to share it with all of you. And I will also leave links for my Facebook and my Instagram that I would really love you guys to follow as well. I'll even leave my link for Pinterest. You guys are welcome to follow me there. Mainly I just save stuff that I see. I haven't really put out like any of my own products on there. Not a lot anyway. But please, I would love to meet all of you and see what kind of journey you're on, craft-wise, life-wise, or other. And please stay tuned. I will keep all of you up to date, and I hope to learn more about you. Yeah. So please feel free to comment. What craft you like to do that you're really passionate about. How long you've been doing it, why you like to do it. I would really like to know more people, kind of more about me. And hold on. Okay, I would like to know more about people who are like me and have crazy passions for crafts. I hope to see you guys again soon, and we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Bye.